Yeah, good evening all. So myself, I'm Vijay. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
Yes,
Fine, thank
visible
you.
and yeah, here able.
Fine. Okay. So cloud. See, cloud is majorly is utilized. So I'll be discussing first about the cloud and on-premises. Why we are going for cloud? It is majorly utilized for storing, analyzing, and delivering data. So here, storing, analyzing, and delivering data in various forms. So this data engineers with the help of cloud, with the help of cloud services, work on data and make it structured and useful. So I'll come back, data engineer's responsibilities, what is going to perform everything. But before that, advantages of cloud over on-premises. On-premises, right? Generally, if I talk about on-premises, first, we need to set up our own hardware infrastructure. We need to set up our own hardware infrastructure, and on top of that, OS installation. Next, purchasing database license. Designing database objects. So to maintain, we need to set up our own infrastructure. On top of that, OS installation, purchasing database license, designing database objects. And for all this, to maintain all this, we require separate teams like hardware team, operating system team, networking team, security team, database administrators, networking team, and finally database administrators. Here, but here if you talk about this cloud, everything in cloud premise, we no need to maintain all this. No need to maintain any infrastructure. No need to maintain any infrastructure. No need of any licenses. Here, everything in the cloud premise. Okay. So data engineer, I said just now, as I was talking, data engineers with the help of cloud services, they work on the data and make it useful. Right. Data engineers main responsibility. Um, Responsible for smooth data flow. Smooth data flow from the source to destination. From the source to destination means what data engineers performs. Data engineer, like preparing the data, cleansing data. Okay. Transforming data. Okay. Various things with it, like processing data. Generally, yeah, people will be asking that the difference between this data engineer, data scientist, data analyst. Data, if I talk, observe this too. Data engineer was talking, data scientist. If I talk about this data analyst, data scientist, for the future. Strategizes for the future. Data analyst summarizes the past. In a simple way, data scientist is going strategizes for the future. Data analyst summarizes the past. So data scientist analyze analyze the data, identify the patterns, identify the patterns, recommendations from the future, recommendations for the future. Data analyst, I said, summarizes the past. T2, analyze the past, analyzes the data, summarize the data of the past, and visualizing the data. We talk like a data engineer. It does the groundwork for, does the groundwork for data scientist and analyst. More than 80% of the data analysis data engineers. So data engineering, right? So first, what are the sources of the data? You need to find what are the sources of the data. Secondly, checking what is the format, how to transform the data, how to transform the data. What is the destination of the data? What is the destination of the data? Fine, target. Okay. What are the sources? What are the sources of the data? What are the format of the data? How to transform the data, right? What are the what is the destination of the data? That is target, source and destination, right? Source and target. For the smooth data flow, right? From the source to destination, that is the responsibility of data engineer, right? Okay. Why data engineer? And why demand for data engineer today? I'm talking about why Azure data engineer. And why in demand? Why they are in demand, right? For example, observe an organization. It wants to increase the business revenue by utilizing the customer behavioral data on its website. So the organization uses Azure for its operations. So it hires two people. It is going to hire two people. Azure data engineer, data scientist. So organization, it is just taking two people, right? Hiring two people, data engineer and data scientist. First, data engineer, he creates a data warehouse for the organization. He creates a data warehouse for this organization, right? A data warehouse is the storage of structured and queryable data. It contains data from various resources such as user logs, clicks, existing customers' data. Data engineers, they are going to structure this data, store it, and monitor it in the data warehouse. Secondly, the data engineer, right? He communicates with the data scientists. He communicates with the data scientist to understand the data requirement. He also communicates with the business team to know the business requirements of the organization. He has to keep in mind all the business needs when dealing with this data in hand. And the data scientists, they later analyze, create insights from the processed data. And that the business team, right, they require some dashboard tools for visualizing the key insights. It help them, the team, to read the data insights easily. Data engineer is constantly keeps on processing and analyzing and monitors the data. This data engineer creates data pipelines through which the data is integrated with all the crucial stages of the data flow. He also makes sure that the pipeline is always efficient and secure. So these are the primary roles need to understand by a data engineer, right? Okay. If I talk about this role of data engineer, right? Role of Azure data engineer. Yes. First thing, designing a data flow architecture. Designing data flow architecture. Secondly, creating a data warehouse. For storage of analytical data. So it makes it fast and easy to query the data, right? For data analysis. Next major role of this data engineer, ETL. ETL. Extract, transform, load. Extract, transform, load. This ETL process is one of the key tasks of data engineers. They need to keep extract data from multiple resources, transform it into structured queryable data, and load this data into company's storage service for further business evaluations by the data scientists. Next, data monitoring. They need to make sure that the ETL is performed in a proper way and the data is available wherever required. Apart from this, data security. Ensuring data security is also a major responsibility of data engineers. Data needs to be secure at each step. That is the data at secure at each step of the process without any leaks or exposures. And also their work, this collaboration and communication. Collaboration and communication means that constantly they communicate with the business teams to check with the team's requirements, data insights, and also they are going to communicate with the data scientist also necessary to deliver the data as per their requirements. Analytics. They analyze the data, transform it into structured and useful format, and they need to have this analytical knowledge, right, to perform analysis on this. And also like automation. They have to automate certain processes which require minimal human interventions, right? Such as extractions, these things. So mainly designing data flow architecture, creating data warehouse for the storing of analytical data, like performing ETL is the major task, data monitoring, data security, collaboration, and communications, right? Analyticals. Okay. Just as a ADF developer or a Databricks developer, or if you go with this data engineering, right? So you need to have the knowledge about this data, Azure data engineering products, right? The products are services like Azure SQL, Azure Data Lake, Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, ADB, Azure Cosmos DB. There are many Azure services, but the services are the products for data engineering. These are Azure Cosmos DB, Azure Streaming, Azure Key Vault. So just first I'll give some overview about these products. Later I discuss in brief about all this. Azure SQL. Sorry. It is a cloud or DBMS, I can say. It is a cloud or DBMS database of Microsoft in Azure. It is a cloud or DBMS database of Microsoft in Azure. It is for OLTP operations. So they are going to capture the end user transactions. And here, it is not for data warehouse. So later I discuss in brief about this Azure SQL. Later, next, Azure Data Lake. So it is a distributed file system with unlimited data storage, Distributed, it's a file system. Azure Data Lake, distributed file system with unlimited data storage. If you want in cloud, it is data lake. Generally, if you talk, if you have knowledge on this big data, like we use for huge data storage, Hadoop distributed file system is there. It is on-premise distributed file system. Azure Data Lake. So that is HDFS is on-premise distributed file system, right? But Azure Data Lake, it is cloud distributed, cloud DFS, I can say. Simply, I can say cloud DFS, distributed file system. It is a repository for large varieties. Structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data. So here Azure Data Lake main supporting all varieties of data, and that too huge data storage, unlimited data storage is possible, right? If I talk about Azure Data Factory, ADF. Simply, it is a cloud-based ETL. It is a cloud-based ETL of Microsoft in Azure Cloud. Cloud, it is a simply cloud-based ETL of Microsoft in Azure Cloud Platform. So at one side, OLTP systems, databases, at the other side, a data warehouse. Between these two, integration, right? Extracting, transforming, and loading. Extracting data from these databases, transforming, loading, right? What is that? It acts as the ADF is a data integration tool. Is a data integration tool, I can say. Data integration service. So it from the different OLTPs or from this databases, and at the other side data warehouse, between both, right? It acts as an integration service. So raw data comes from one side, processed data comes from other side. They have been transformed as for the destination, right? So ADF, Azure Data Factory, permits us to combine data from multiple sources, reformat it to analytical models, save those for querying, for visualizing and reporting. Okay. ADF creates workflows. It creates workflows for data movement and transformation. So generally, this ADF, generally from where it is going to extract the data from, for example, it is like a data ingestion, like from sensors, from IoT, from logs, from media files, like normal files, customer applications, business applications. From there, ADF is going to take the data and it's going to store in Azure Data Lake, preparing the data, whatever is Azure Data Lake is processed, you can say, by Azure Databricks, and later querying, right, by using different visualization tools. Just observe this diagram, right? From this IoT or logs or media files or normal files or apps. The apps can be like business applications, custom applications. Or from all this extracting by Azure Data ADF. ADF does this extraction, extracts. Will store in Azure Data, for example, Azure Data Lake. Azure Data Lake. Preparation, everything processed by Azure Databricks. Later, you can performing querying visualization. From there again, you can perform querying. You can perform querying from Azure Data. Okay. Querying, you can perform visualizations, reporting, right? Fine, you can do this. ADF going to extract data from different sources, performs ETL, I said, extract, transforms, and loads. Next, talking about this Azure Databricks. Azure Databricks, ADB. It is an easy, fast, Apache Spark based, right? Data analytics platform. I can say it is Azure Databricks. It is an easy, fast Apache Spark based data analytics platform for Microsoft Azure Cloud Services. It brings together data engineering, data science, and business together. I can say it makes the process of data analytics. It makes the process of data analytics more productive, more secure, and more scalable. So I can say Spark, Apache Spark, right? It's a very high speed processing technology, right? It performs in memory computation. You can say like a parallel processed, massive MPP, massively parallel process. It's in memory computing, parallel processing. So very a high rate of speed, right? It can process huge data at quick times. It's a very demanding tool in the market, right? So it is Azure Databricks is a Apache Spark based data analytics platform, right? Next. If I talk about Azure Synapse, cloud RDBMS, I can say it's a cloud RDBMS that too for data warehouse purpose. But what is the difference between Azure SQL means it's a cloud RDBMS, not for data warehouse, it's for data warehouse and for analytics. For batch processing. Batch processing means everything happens in the background, no user interference. Online processing or batch processing. Online processing means user should give the input for any for example, if you want to make an online transaction, user has to give the input, the source destination account. If you want to make an online or any booking a movie ticket, user required. But batch processing, user is nowhere required. Batch application, most of the batch like financial applications, bank applications are batch applications that perform batch processing, right? Millions and trillions of records are involved. And here parallel processing for analytics, for batch processing, and for parallel processing. Azure streaming, Azure streaming analytics. Simply, I can say it is a real time. It is a real time analytics. It is a real time analytics and event processing engine. Event processing. Many events will be generating, right? At the rate of speed, at the events are generated at the same rate of speed, they need to be processed. It's a real time analytics and event processing engine. For analyzing and processing high volumes of streaming data. High volumes of streaming data. What do you mean by streaming data? The data which keeps on generating, the data which keeps on incrementing, which keeps on generating, which keeps on incrementing. Such data we call streaming data. And that too from multiple sources. From multiple sources simultaneously. So real-time analytics and event processing engine for analyzing and processing high volumes of streaming data and from multiple sources simultaneously. So even if you go as an ADF developer, right, you will be interacting with these Azure products, Azure services, Azure Cosmos DB. I can say it's a clear Azure cloud-based, NoSQL database. NoSQL, no SQL means not only SQL. In the case of SQL, structured schema from first record to last record, the same number of fields or columns to be maintained. But here in NoSQL, a record to record, different number of fields can be maintained. Schema-less, random access. So first record with 3 fields, second record with 5 fields, third record with 7 fields. Record to record, different number of fields can be maintained. So it is a cloud-based NoSQL database. No, not only SQL. So I can say Azure Cosmos DB. It's a fully managed NoSQL, right? And relational database. For modern application development. And Azure Key Vault. Azure Key Vault, right? Like secure key management. Secure key management, right? Secure key management is essential to protect data in the flow. So use Azure Key Vault to encrypt the keys and a small secret like passwords that use key stored, right? Keys that are stored. So maintaining like secure key management and for storing all these security keys, all this will go for security key vault. It's Azure Key Vault, sorry. So mainly these are the products. Azure data means Azure has got many services, but for data engineering services or products, Azure SQL, it's a kind of cloud RDBMS thread of Microsoft for OLTP operations. It's not for data warehouse. Azure Data Lake is a kind of file system, unlimited data storage, that on cloud premises, repository for storing all varieties of data, structured, unstructured. Azure Data Factory is a kind of ETL, the two cloud ETL, extracts data from different sources, transform it and loads the data, right? Fine. Azure Databricks, right? It's a kind of Apache Spark based, it's a high speed processing, right? Technology. That is Apache Spark based data analytics platform. It brings together data engineering, data science, and business, right? Cloud Azure Synapse, right? For cloud RDBMS, for data warehouse, for analytics, and for parallel processing, and also for huge like batch processing. Azure streaming, right? For especially for streaming data, like even for creating micro batches. Micro batches means if you want to quick updates, you want like quick updates, right? For every 5, not in minutes or hours, in seconds. From multiple sources, streaming of data from multiple sources simultaneously, processing that high volumes of streaming data, right? Azure Cosmos DB, it is a cloud-based NoSQL database. And we have got many NoSQL databases like Cassandra, MongoDB, HBase, PouchDB, React, Peanut. This way many are there, but in the cloud-based Cosmos DB and Azure Key Vault for security management, right? Yes. Fine. If I talk about this job market, right? Job market of Azure data engineer. They like high demand, right? We have got high demand for data engineers. According to Microsoft, every year, if you see like lakhs of companies are getting registered, lakhs of companies are registering into this on Azure, and 95% of these Fortune 500 companies are utilizing Azure cloud services, which in turn increasing the number of job opportunities for Azure data engineers constantly. Even most of the organizations, they are shifting to Azure, already utilizing this Azure, right? Okay, and they regularly need professionals who can work on Azure and handle this big data, huge data, right? According to the pay scales also, data engineers has got the highest average salary closely to this data scientists. Even if you see the surveys from this global knowledge, the top two highest paying jobs today, if you see like data engineer and data scientists. So always pursuing a data engineer, like if you want to a career which never let you down, right? Even if you talk companies like Facebook, Intel, Microsoft, Amazon, all are interested in hiring data engineers with a great salary package. You can see the salary package also big packages for this data engineers, right? And even tech giants like includes like Google, Apple, Cognizant, Walmart, all others, they're offering high paying jobs for this data engineers, right? Yes. So you see that course content, right? If you observe this course content, so starting first, people who choose only ADF can go with ADF, and in the mainly Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, and Azure Synapse Analytics. Those people who go for data engineering, right? The three things will be covered. People who go for only ADF, we can also go for ADF, right? So in this ADF, I'll be discussing this. First, I'll be giving this overview of all this Azure Data Factory. What is Azure Data Factory? Architecture, top level concepts, pipelines, activities, linked services, data sets, triggers, pipelines, linked service, data sets, activities, copy files from one block container to another container, and Azure functions, triggers, integration runtime, IA, source control, global parameters, credentials, monitoring ADF jobs, alerts, data flows. What is data flow? Mapping data flows, debugging, transformations, validating schemas, removing duplicate rows, slowly changing dimensions like type 1, type 2, and many practical exercises, right? How to use if conditions, like creating linked services, copy activities, different deleting the files from blob storage, how to use metadata activity, bulk copy tables and files, how to integrate key vault, how to set up on on-premises, how to use. In this way, if you see the data flows, look up different types of transformations, joint transformations, union, lookup, pivot, all this, right? How to set the global parameters. Nearly 50 exercises I'm going to discuss, like totally it is practical, no theoretical here, everything is practical. Yes. And here, Azure Databricks, some introduction to this big data, some introduction to this Hadoop I'll provide, some introduction to the Spark before some introduction to this cloud, and some introductions I'll be giving Azure, right? And coming to this Azure Databricks architecture, the main concepts, creating database workspace, Databricks services using Azure CLI, like command line plan interface, adding users and groups, creating cluster, starting with notebooks and Azure Databricks, displaying cluster, starting cluster, terminating cluster, deleting a cluster information, cluster logs, cluster access control, types of clusters, Databricks pools, Databricks without pools, right? Cluster mode, auto scaling functionality, Databricks utilities, data utility, file system utility, job utility, library utility, secrets, right? Databricks integration with Blob, with Azure Data Lake, Gen 2, Azure SQL database, Synapse, Snowflake, handling multiple file formats, CSV, JSON, Parquet, Excel, XML, ORC, and Avro, and batch processing, historical data transformations, incremental data load, aggregations, window functions, union functions, many inbuilt functionalities of this Spark. So I'll be using here Spark with Python implementation like PySpark. I'll be providing you the knowledge on this in this ADB with PySpark. Databricks streaming API, Databricks Lakehouse, and workflows in this Databricks. And coming to the Azure Synapse, this introduction, Azure Synapse Analytics overview, creating a free account for the Synapse, dedicated SQL pools, Apache Spark pools, Data Explorer pools, serverless SQL pools, Synapse Analytics to Azure to query data lake, Azure Synapse triggers, Azure SQL database integration with Azure Synapse, incremental load to Azure Synapse, logging and notifications, deep dive into copy activity, data flow transformations, different data flows, right? On this different types of transformations, union transformation, lookup, window, pivot, all this. Spark pool introduction in Azure Synapse, right? In brief, this is everything. These three things in brief, it is going to be discussed, right? Azure, Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, and Azure Synapse Analytics. So for Azure Data Factory, that time duration, right? Azure Data Factory, like 40, that's 1.5 months, 45 days. And for this ADF, Azure Databricks and Azure Synapse, right? Will be taking 3 months, 2.5 to 3 months, it will be taking, right? Yes. So in brief, in depth, it will be discussed. Everything clearly you will be understanding, right? Yes. The prerequisites, right? So for these things, just basic SQL knowledge. And for people who go for Databricks, right? Some basic knowledge of Python is required. Right. Fine. Understood. Any queries from your side, anyone, right? Fine. So tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time at 5 o'clock using the same link to see more on this one. So
Vijay, this is Naveen.
yes, yes. One
So
just 1 second, right? And let me make it clear about the timing of this batch, right? For the first 1 week or 10 days, it will be at 5 a.m. Later it starts at 6 p.m. For the first 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 5 p.m. Later after that, it will be at 6 p.m. up to the end of the course. Before you people go with the payment process, other things, right? I'm making it clear about the timings. First 1 week to 10 days, it will starts at 5 o'clock, but later after that, it will be starting at 6 up to the end of. Yes, someone was asking a query, right? Yes.
yeah, is there any other time slots?
Other time slot means as of now, this is, but in the future, if anything is announced, you can be in touch, right?
See, these timings are the office timings, right? So we cannot spend.
Yes.
So after 10 days like that, or if you want in the morning timing, we are trying to start a batch in the morning also.
What time it's going to start?
Like somewhere like 9 o'clock it might be.
So if we join here, are you going to adjust there or something like that?
Yes, compulsory. People who got enrolled in my batch, right? If any of you enrolled of any of my batches, whatever batch, there's possibility if you're because of the office timings or because of some other, right? You can also attend any of my batch. You can change the batch because if you want after shift is changed or suddenly shift got changed. So you can also go to the morning or morning to evening, right?
So what is
But
the duration of this course? Like what is the end date from here?
so I said, right, for all these three ADF, Azure Databricks with PySpark and Synapse, it takes 3 months.
How much? How many months?
3 months.
Okay.
3 months, right? 3 products. And
So
for the ADF, it takes 40 to 45 days.
okay.
And the remaining 1.5 month it takes, right? For the
So
remaining.
first you are going to start
ADF.
ADF.
ADF. Next, I'll go with ADB. And also people who wants means to complete faster, right? If any Databricks, Azure Databricks batch is announced, we can attend it parallelly if your timing.
Okay. Is there any possibility that is going to start parallelly?
Yes, I'll be announcing that Azure Data Factory I'll be starting. There are many people who wants Azure Databricks with PySpark. So
Okay.
Azure Database for PySpark. So if any people who doesn't want like 3 months, right? If you want to complete in faster time, whenever that I'll be intimating, just you'll be having a WhatsApp group.
I think if you announce like, a fast batch of like 40 days,
Yes,
in
yes,
the morning time, right? It will help most of us.
yes,
I'm
yes.
assuming others also, and because we are trying to transition into this.
Okay,
So
if to decrease your time slot, you can attend meanwhile, whenever it is announced, we can just jump into that. Or anytime in the morning, if any Databricks batch is announced, we can attend it parallelly.
Okay.
And one thing, you'll be getting all the session videos. For example,
Yeah,
due to
sessions, we have lot of videos, but we'll
no,
not
no,
go
no, no, no,
you
no,
know how
no.
it works, right? Yeah.
Live, for example, live session, for example, you are in touch, you totally, one day you have missed in the middle, right? To understand the next class and go to the session video. If you miss because of some meetings, most of the people can attend the session video and continue. Means the other videos I'm not concerned, but here everything from the start to from 0 to will become up to the end. Will be clearly, it will be discussed. People with any knowledge, without zero knowledge also, you can understand the things. Clearly, I'll be showing you all the things. So you'll be getting the clear notes, the videos, every session video, and a WhatsApp group will be created for technical discussion and these things.
See, if I want to connect with you, how can I connect?
That's what I'm saying, right? Once this first 2-3 days, you can attend the sessions.
See,
Right?
no, currently I'm not in India based. Currently I'm out of India based. So
no,
from
no, 1 second, 1 second. First 2 or 3 days, you people will be attending, but from the fourth session onwards, means the link will be changing. So the fourth session, you'll be given that everyone you will be added to the WhatsApp group. In that, I'll be there in the WhatsApp.
no, before that, if I have any concerns or these things, discussions, whom I need to connect?
So just you can see in the chart panel, right? In the chart, in the Zoom chart, they have given some contact details. You can observe this. They have got some contact details given in the chart. You can call.
9246212143.
Yes, that and 2 numbers are given. You can call on those numbers. They'll arrange a call, right? For you.
So any assistance relating to interviews, like any advanced FAQs that you will
So
provide?
yes, definitely I'll be providing. That's what I was saying. This videos, classroom, class notes,
Mm-hmm.
and the WhatsApp group, and this interview questions. Interview questions I'll be providing. You can go through those. Mostly asked interview questions. You can go through that, right?
Okay. Okay.
And only thing is
Hi, Vijay.
regular to the yes.
Hi, Vijay. Good evening. I am Sokrit. I have one query, Vijay. Can I ask here?
Yes. What personal query you're talking?
No. In subject related only, Vijay. So I am Sivakrishna. I have 6 years of experience in .NET full stack. Okay. When I am giving interviews, they are asking 3 concepts. Okay. I am telling those concepts. Can you tell me which is suitable for this course here? Okay.
You're
So they are asked.
you're asking
Sorry.
you're correct. What is that? .NET?
.NET full stack developer I am, okay. So when I am
Mm.
giving any interviews, they are asking some cloud concepts, okay. So
Mm.
I will tell here. Can you once after telling, can you give me any suggestion? We
Mm.
here that monitor told ADF full stack, right? So
Mm.
which is required for? So first they are asking Azure services, app services, so SQL DB and Azure storage, Azure service bus and application insight. One point, and
Mhm.
another second point, proficiency in implementing CI/CD pipelines using tools like Jenkins, GitLab CLI, or Azure DevOps. So
Yes.
these only my requirement. Vijay, can you give any suggestion?
Yes.
So
Whatever that pipelines, right? You were using the here. I'm going to show you in this course also, right? That Azure
whatever
SQL.
whatever I discuss now, right? So these are all entirely you will cover, right, in this course.
See one thing.
Uh,
Azure has got many services. Many products are available here. In our main concentration will be on Azure engineering, Azure data engineering products, right? As you said, most of them will be covered in this.
Most of the thing we covered. Okay, and GitLab CLI or any Jenkins, right?
Yes. That everything I'll
Okay.
show you.
So can I suitable in this course only ADF required to attend? It is okay, right?
If you want all that, you can go for AD if you prefer, right? Or ADF, that is your wish.
Yeah, ADF. Can you give me suggestion? That is what I am asking here. Question. Because I am a .NET developer, okay, not
Yes.
fully ADF developer, Azure developer, right? So
So
that is what
go for AD. You will get all the services will be discussed, right?
ADE. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, Sujan Azure DevOps fields related to dot. Yes. So yes,
If I learn ADF, it is not cover.
Azure Data Factory. So
If I
even
learn ADF, actually I saw your syllabus. Okay, so
no.
me,
Actually, your name I forgot.
Sivakrishna.
Shiva Krishna. Once you go to the syllabus first,
Uh,
whether and whatever the requirement, what are the things required, whether you want to go for Azure DevOps or Azure Data Engineering, which
uh,
course you can select it, right? With the clearly the course content you keep with you and select it and you can just see it.
Yeah,
Right?
I saw your job, okay, in ADF syllabus, whatever concepts, okay, I covered almost in my subject
Yes,
concepts.
yes, this, 1 second. Yeah, Satyanarayan Rao, right? The CI, CD pipelines, that everything, in this also I'll be showing you, right?
Mm,
Fine.
okay.
So once you check it, right? Once everyone check the course content, what I'm going to do. Any other queries, ma'am? Yes,
Hi Vijay, I'm Subbareddy.
yes,
So right now I'm working on talent ETL developer.
yes. So that
So
people, okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
only Azure Data Factory is enough for me, or I need to learn Azure Databricks also.
Azure Data Factory is enough. People from Informatica, Talent, Data Stage, all this Azure Data Factory. If you got the time, if you want to go for Databricks, also that is, but it's a Cloud ETL Data Factory. That is a recommended ADF, right? But if you got time, the other things also, right?
Yeah,
So
actually,
As of now, right? As of now, you can get into that industry using ADF. But in the future, you need to have the knowledge on this ADF, ADB, these things, right?
okay.
But you can get into this company using ADF, right? Yes.
So in future also, I'm planning to go attend data scientist,
Mhm.
data science actually.
As
So
you said,
Databricks is also helpful for that
yes, yes,
if I
PySpark,
continue.
PySpark, right? For
Yeah.
we have got even ML libraries available there.
Mhm.
Right?
Okay, thank you.
Vijay, this is Naveen. So in this in Azure Databricks, these pipelines and airflows, DAGs, everything will be covered, right?
So in this mainly in this Databricks with PySpark, right? Data frames, working with Spark environment, everything I'll be dealing.
Okay,
So
so
it's a
currently we are
it's
using
a
the
data.
Cloudera where we are
Yes,
using the
yes,
Cloudera platform where the data engineering we are using for the to create the airflows, DAGs.
yes.
So
Directed acyclic graph model will be using. So yes,
okay,
I'll be showing you that.
okay. That's fine. So if I want to connect, see, we are from UAE based lot of, so we have total 3 or 4 members. So maybe I need to discuss with you the timings and all. So I will connect to this 9 to 4. After that, they will give my number to just you can just message me. I will call you back.
So okay, can whatever is there, right? If you want to interact, you can just take that number, right? You can they'll arrange a call, right? If you want to talk with me.
Yep.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks all.
Okay. So you can just go to the syllabus content, right? Everyone. So the duration is 3 months. For ADF, it is 1.5 months. So people who has got knowledge on this ETL tools like Informatica, there are on premises like Informatica, Talent, these things. On cloud premises ETL, right? We go for ADF. And people who has got on data like who are from Hadoop environment or Spark environment, big data environment, like as ADB with PySpark, I'll be covering in this. Fine. So all these three things, right? And Synapse Analytics, these three I'll be covering. I'll be giving knowledge on all these Azure data engineering products. And I'll be starting with ADF first. Later, if you want to go parallelly, also take it. Right?
Can you please share the syllabus?
Syllabus you can see in the chart, right? The chart.
Okay. Like, like which day, which one, what topic you'll be covering so that,
AD is there, ADF is there, right? You can go through the syllabus. First, I'll be starting with ADF.
Okay.
Azure Databricks and Synapse, right? Yes. So you
Okay.
can see that course content in that ADF course content and ADB course content. ADF is 6,000. Azure Data Engineering, the fees is 12,000, right?
Okay. Okay.
So fine. So
See, like if you can start this in the morning, I think it will benefit most of us. So, I mean, as you said, right, you'll adjust, but I know it's not going to, most of the time it will not be happening. So
okay.
think about, help us. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. So if I'm done with your queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 5 p.m., right? With the same link, right? You can attend tomorrow's session, same time with the same. Thank you all
Thank you.
for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.